making the turn in this Wednesday Pro-Am. Here is Caitlin at the 10th. Yeah.
Looks like she was able to put into work a little bit of what Jamie was telling her. Release that.
We got Caitlin Clark walking down to the 18th hole. Wind blowing 14 miles an hour out of the northeast.
Caitlin Clark just proved she might be better at golf than half the WNBA is at basketball. While everyone expected her to embarrass herself swinging clubs at some charity event, she walked onto that course and absolutely demolished every low expectation people had. This was not some celebrity having fun between seasons. This was a legitimate athlete showing skills that made actual golf pros take notice. But here's what nobody saw coming. Clark showed up to this Wednesday Pro-Am tournament looking like she belonged on the LPGA Tour. Full Nike gear, professional equipment, and a swing that screamed hours of serious practice.
But how about this? I mean, this putt is unbelievable. Look at this freaking putt. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Caitlin Clark's got real talent, folks. Oh, there's the girls right there. What y'all drinking? What y'all young ladies drinking? Yeah, what's in the cups? Is it coffee? It's coffee, okay.
The commentators could not hide their shock when they watched her perform. One of them literally said she looked like a professional golfer, not a basketball player messing around. The wind was blowing 14 miles per hour out of the northeast. Most amateur golfers would be making excuses about conditions. Clark adjusted her game and kept performing. Her putting technique was so clean that the announcers went silent for a moment. You could hear the disbelief in their voices when they realized this was not beginner's luck. What makes this even more incredible is that Clark has been secretly developing this skill while dominating basketball at every level. She transformed women's college basketball, broke WNBA viewership records as a rookie, and apparently spent her free time becoming legitimately good at an entirely different sport.
Sophie Cunningham hits a spectator and several other guys fall down as well. They all tried to fall down so they could get a squeeze from Sophie. So this is Lexi Hull right here. All right. And there we go. Yeah, that was the ball that was sputtering right down through there. Caitlin Clark's laughing.
Most professional athletes struggle to excel at one thing. Clark decided to master two. The footage shows her walking down to the 18th hole with complete confidence. No nervous energy, no awkward movements that scream amateur hour. She carried herself like someone who belongs in that environment. The commentators kept emphasizing how natural she looked, how prepared she seemed, how serious her approach was to every shot. Then came the moment that changed everything. Clark lined up a putt that would have challenged seasoned professionals. The crowd went quiet. Even her teammates stopped joking around to watch. When that ball rolled perfectly into the hole, the reaction was pure shock, not polite applause for a celebrity trying hard, genuine amazement at a difficult shot executed flawlessly. The viral clip of that putt spread faster than any highlight from her basketball career. Golf fans who had never heard of Caitlin Clark were suddenly asking who this woman was and where she learned to play. Basketball fans were discovering their favorite player had been hiding serious talent in a completely different sport.
All right, Sophie Cunningham.
Not a terrible little practice swing, to be honest.
It's getting real.
Oh my God, this is so bad.
It's getting real.
Social media exploded with people debating whether she was actually better at golf than most celebrities who play regularly. Here's the kicker though, this was not just about showing off. Clark was building something bigger. Every perfect swing, every confident putt, every professional interaction was laying groundwork for opportunities that most WNBA players never even dream about. She was not just playing golf, she was positioning herself for a future that extends far beyond basketball courts. Sophie Cunningham decided to bring absolute chaos to what was supposed to be a classy golf tournament. While Caitlin Clark was out there looking like a professional, Sophie showed up ready to create the most ridiculous moments of the entire event. Her approach to golf was basically the complete opposite of everything Clark was doing, and the results were hilariously predictable. Let's take a moment to rewind to Sophie's practice swings.
Here she goes.
That's a good looking practice swing right there.
Let's go.
Oh no, you got it, girl. Happy Gilmore.
Throws her hands up like she hit a home run. That's really good. Oh, there's the ball. Did she actually hit somebody? Look at this guy. That guy fell like, dude's trying to get help. Look at this guy. Look at it. Man down. Man down.
So sorry.
Oh, okay, so she did actually hit this cat.
The commentators were already nervous watching her warm up. She admitted it had been forever since she last played golf, and her practice swings looked like someone trying to fight off angry bees. The announcers were practically begging spectators to back up because they could see disaster coming from a mile away. Sophie grabbed her club and lined up what she probably thought would be a decent shot. The crowd was watching with that mix of excitement and terror you get when you know something wild is about to happen. Her form was terrible. Her confidence was high. This combination never ends well in golf, and Sophie was about to prove why. Not only that, but she decided to channel Happy Gilmore with her swing technique instead of the controlled, measured approach that actual golfers use. Sophie went for maximum power with zero precision. She threw her entire body into this swing like she was trying to hit a home run at Wrigley Field. The ball went flying, but not in any direction that resembled intentional. The spectators scattered like they were dodging gunfire. One guy actually got hit, and then something even more ridiculous happened.
Gotcha.
Not the ball. They usually have to continue to play with the golf ball, but and you went all the way down.
She doesn't have to keep playing.
That's good. That's really good. So, because of the viral putt that we all saw,
multiple other men immediately fell down pretending they got hit too. These grown adults were literally diving to the ground, hoping to get some attention from Sophie. The desperation was both pathetic and absolutely hilarious. But wait, it gets better. Sophie's reaction was perfect. Instead of being embarrassed about nearly taking out half the gallery, she threw her hands up like she had just scored a touchdown. She was celebrating chaos like it was her greatest achievement. The announcers were trying to contain their laughter while checking if anyone actually needed medical attention. The guy who really got hit was rolling around on the ground, but honestly, it was hard to tell if he was genuinely hurt or just trying to milk his moment of fame. Sophie walked over to check on everyone, which was classy, but the whole situation had already become a complete circus. Lexi Hull was standing there watching this unfold, probably wondering how a simple golf tournament turned into performance art. Here's the thing that made this moment perfect for Sophie's brand. She thrives on unpredictable, viral content. While other athletes try to look polished and professional, Sophie builds her following by being the chaos agent who makes every event more entertaining. Her golf disaster was not a failure. It was exactly the kind of content that gets millions of views and keeps people talking. The contrast between her approach and Caitlin's could not have been more obvious. Two completely different strategies for building their personal brands, both working perfectly for their intended audiences. Bryson DeChambeau just handed Caitlin Clark the opportunity of a lifetime, and most people have no idea how massive this really is. Within hours of her viral golf putt spreading across social media, one of the biggest names in professional golf made a move that could completely change her career trajectory. This was not some casual invitation to play a round of golf with friends. This was a legitimate business opportunity worth millions. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. DeChambeau officially invited Clark to compete in his 2026 Internet Invitational, featuring 48 creators competing for more than $1 million in prize money. The event is scheduled for October 2026, giving Clark almost 2 years to prepare for what could become the most lucrative single event of her athletic career. Most WNBA players will never see that kind of money from basketball alone. The invitation was not sent out quietly through back channels. DeChambeau made this public, posting the official invite where everyone could see it. This was strategic. He wanted the golf world and sports media to know he was serious about bringing Clark into his ecosystem. When someone with his influence makes that kind of public gesture, it opens doors that stay closed for most athletes. What makes this even more incredible is the timing. Clark just finished her rookie WNBA season where she transformed league viewership and dealt with constant physical play from veteran players who resented her success. The golf world is offering her a completely different environment where her skills are respected and her presence is genuinely wanted. The contrast could not be more obvious. DeChambeau's event is not some small-time tournament trying to generate buzz. This is a legitimate competition that attracts serious viewership and offers life-changing prize money. The fact that he extended this invitation based solely on watching Clark's viral golf clips shows how impressive her skills really are. Professional golfers do not invite amateurs to million-dollar events unless they see genuine talent. Not only that, but this invitation represents something bigger than just one tournament. It proves that Clark's strategy of developing skills outside basketball is working exactly as planned. While other WNBA players spend their off seasons resting or playing overseas for extra money, Clark has been building a completely different kind of value proposition. The golf world is actively looking for personalities who can bring new audiences to the sport. They want athletes who can bridge the gap between traditional golf fans and younger, more diverse viewers. Clark represents the perfect opportunity for golf to tap into the massive fan base she built during her record-breaking college and professional basketball career. Here's what everyone is missing though. This is not just about Clark getting an opportunity. This is about her proving that women athletes can create their own paths to success instead of waiting for existing systems to catch up. She identified golf as a growth opportunity, developed real skills, and now major players in that industry are actively recruiting her. The $1 million prize pool is just the beginning. The real value comes from the exposure, networking opportunities, and proof that she can compete successfully outside basketball. The viewership numbers on DeChambeau's channel are so insane that they make WNBA television ratings look like a local access show. When you actually dig into the data behind this golf invitation, the opportunity becomes absolutely mind-blowing. We are talking about exposure levels that could rival anything Clark achieved during her record-breaking basketball career, compressed into just a few weeks of content. Let's break down these numbers because they will make your jaw drop. DeChambeau's recent videos pulled 2.1 million views in 2 days, 2.8 million views 6 days ago, 3.3 million views 9 days ago, 4.4 million views 13 days ago, and 5.9 million views 2 weeks ago. That adds up to over 16 million views across just 5 videos in a 2-week span. Most sports channels would kill for those numbers over an entire year. The consistency of these viewership numbers proves this is not some flash-in-the-pan viral moment. DeChambeau has built a legitimate media empire that consistently delivers massive audiences. His content performs like clockwork, pulling millions of viewers regardless of what specific golf content he produces. This is the kind of platform that transforms careers and creates generational wealth. But wait, there's more. Those numbers do not even include his YouTube shorts or any secondary content. The 16 million views represent only his main channel uploads. When you factor in all the additional content formats, the total reach becomes astronomical. Clark would be plugging into a content ecosystem that reaches tens of millions of people every month. Compare that to WNBA viewership, and the difference is staggering. Even Clark's most watched games during her rookie season, which broke league records, rarely cracked 2 million viewers on traditional television. DeChambeau's regular golf content consistently outperforms the biggest moments in women's basketball. That should terrify WNBA executives and excite Clark's management team. Here's what makes this opportunity even more valuable. Golf content performs differently than basketball content on digital platforms. The audience retention is higher because golf videos are less time sensitive. People will watch golf content weeks or months after it gets uploaded. Basketball highlights become irrelevant within days. Clark could create content that generates revenue for years instead of just immediate viral moments. The demographic differences are equally important. Golf audiences skew older and wealthier than typical sports content viewers. These are people with disposable income who actually buy the products that sponsors want to sell. The endorsement opportunities available through golf content could dwarf anything available through basketball partnerships. Not only that, but golf content creation offers more control than traditional sports media. Instead of relying on television networks and their scheduling decisions, Clark could build direct relationships with her audience. She could create content on her timeline, control her messaging, and keep a much larger percentage of the revenue generated. The math is simple and brutal. DeChambeau's platform offers better viewership, better demographics, better revenue potential, and better long-term value than anything currently available in women's basketball. Clark would be crazy not to take this seriously. Caitlin Clark is not just playing games. She is systematically building a multi-sport empire that will make her more money and give her more power than any WNBA contract ever could. While everyone else focuses on her viral golf clips and funny moments, they are completely missing the calculated business strategy unfolding right in front of their faces. This is not about having fun between basketball seasons. This is about creating financial independence. Here's the reality check. Nobody wants to discuss WNBA salaries are embarrassingly low compared to what athletes with Clark's impact should be earning. Even with her rookie contract and endorsement deals, she makes a fraction of what male athletes with similar influence generate. The league maximum salary caps her earnings potential, no matter how many records she breaks or how many fans she brings to the sport. Clark recognized this limitation and decided to do something about it instead of complaining. While other players depend entirely on basketball for their income, she has been quietly developing skills that open up completely different revenue streams. Golf represents just one piece of a larger puzzle that most people cannot see yet, but here's what makes her strategy brilliant. Golf is a sport you can play professionally well into your 40s, 50s, and beyond. Basketball destroys your body and forces retirement by your mid-30s in most cases. Clark is building an insurance policy that extends her earning potential decades beyond her basketball career. She is thinking long-term while everyone else focuses on immediate results. The professional appearance at this Pro-Am tournament was not accidental. Every detail was calculated to position her as someone who belongs in the golf world. The Nike gear, the proper equipment, the serious preparation, the respectful interactions with other players, all of it designed to build credibility with golf industry decision makers. What's even more impressive is how she maintains excellence in basketball while developing these outside interests. Most athletes struggle to master one sport. Clark is dominating women's basketball while simultaneously becoming legitimately skilled at golf. This level of focus and discipline separates true champions from everyone else. The contrast with Sophie Cunningham's approach highlights different philosophies about building personal brands. Sophie creates value through entertainment and personality-driven content. Clark builds value through demonstrable skill and professional competence. Both strategies work, but they lead to very different types of opportunities and long-term earning potential. Here's the bottom line that changes everything. Clark is not just an athlete anymore. She is becoming a multimedia personality with options that extend far beyond sports. The golf invitation from DeChambeau represents validation that her strategy is working. Major players in other industries are actively recruiting her because they recognize her value. The doors opening for Clark right now did not exist for previous generations of women's basketball players. She is creating her own opportunities instead of waiting for existing systems to change. Whether she accepts the golf invitation or uses it as leverage for even bigger deals, she has already won by proving that elite female athletes can build multidimensional careers on their own terms. If you are enjoying this breakdown of how Clark is revolutionizing what it means to be a professional athlete and want to see more analysis of the business strategies behind sports, smash that subscribe button and let me know what other stories you want me to dive into.